time yet. One more fantastic speaker for you guys to close out the day. So we want to welcome to the stage now, Gabe Knox, to talk to us about 3D tours.
So I'm Gabe Knox. I'm with InsideMaps. We are the world's largest 3D tour smartphone-based technology company. You may not have heard of us because over the past couple of years, we've been focused on providing affordable, scalable, efficient solutions to enterprise clients. What I'm here today to talk about is where 3D scanning technology is right now in a practical application, where it's going, and how it will benefit you as the realtor well past the marketing and sale of the product. So did you know less than 5% of listings use 3D tours due to their high costs, maybe it takes time to schedule, or maybe agents don't really know how to include these effectively in their marketing. But that's changing. The technology is improving, they're becoming more usable, the prices are coming down. In fact, I'm sure that everyone here has heard that Zillow is offering 3D tours for free right now, looking at it as part of their 3D home app. We think this is great in the 3D tour industry because it sets the low bar for 3D tours and it compels agents to distinguish their listings with higher 3D quality content. It also establishes 3D tours as a more accepted and usable way for people to interact with 3D tours. It's commonplace. This is how you can now do it properly. So what you're seeing here is a hybrid video produced from a 3D tour. These videos are cool. They are not a sorry about that, my slide might want. Can we go back one, please? They are not a 3D tour. They're not a slideshow. What they are is a mix of both. It delivers a very fast, relevant way to view real estate. It has a lot of attributes that videos don't. They're fast, they're relevant. You have perfect image quality in every video. We keep them to just 1 minute. They're MP4s, where a real estate agent can add on a bumper, a narrative over the top, and really talk about that tour and make it their own. Behind these 3D tours, or these videos, is a 3D tour. Now, I love what Ryan Lewis from Compass yesterday said about 3D tours. Non-digital natives have a difficult time interacting with them. And he's right. They can be clunky, they take a while to load, they have to be posted. You can end up in a corner and really not know where you are. And so that's why these videos become more and more relevant. Video is a much more transportable medium. You can move it from your website to your Facebook to your YouTube channel, things you can't just do with a 3D tour. But 3D tours are still important because behind 3D tours is a mountain of data that hasn't been used. And that data is going to be used to benefit the real estate agent far beyond the initial real estate transaction. You may be surprised to know that the video that you just saw, a package can be sold to the realtor for with the video, the underlying 3D tour, the floor plan, and Facebook panos for under $100. You might have seen Keller Williams, 14 market centers announced that they're providing these 3D packages to their agents for free as a benefit of being part of the Keller Williams brokerage. The way that the technology is working right now is it's becoming smaller, faster. It's migrating from large, expensive devices just to your smartphone. Now, while Zillow can generate a 3D tour from a smartphone, it's still important that if you want a high-quality 3D tour, that the camera has to be mounted from a tripod or some stationary device. Because in order to get HDR photography, it needs to pause for just a second. And from each one of those photos, the 3D tours are stitched together, and that's how you do tours. Real estate giants are now using 3D tours every property that they encounter. And they're not just using them for marketing. They're using them to make acquisition decisions, to make remote investment decisions in their underwriting. They're using them to manage rehabs and repair and maintenance. They're using them as the best property condition report you can imagine for a property manager. They're using these to extract massive amounts of data from those properties and using that data to benefit their businesses. Now, what's really cool is behind every 3D tour is a 3D model. And these 3D models are opening up new ways for businesses to engage the properties. It's opening up new ways for homeowners to engage the properties. And they're opening up new ways for agents to capture and generate leads. "3D models, unlike 3D tours, are a virtual space. It's not photography. A 3D tour is great when you see it. It's beautiful. But after you purchase a home, it's not your house. It's somebody else's house. It has someone else's wall colors, someone else's furniture. 3D models are a generic space. And unlike the 3D tours, you can see all the attributes of the home in the model. With 3D models, homeowners now have a digital playground to easily try out new wall materials, furniture, flooring types, etc. And not just to do it on their own, but they can invite other retailers and designers to collaborate with these models. These models are just identical twins to 3D tours, but they're synthetic, interactive, and editable. In these 3D models, you can place furniture, wall coverings, you can manipulate the textures, you can even showcase full kitchen remodels. Now, I love coming to these conferences, especially in New York. Sometimes I get away, I kind of feel like I'm on vacation, and when I'm on vacation, I have a certain swag to me. Maybe I've had a cocktail, and I like to go out shopping. Especially these clothing stores in New York, there's so much style. And I make some purchases, and I bring those homes back to my family, those clothes back to my family in the burbs. And I put them on to show my wife, and she looks at me, and she says, "What are you doing, Pitbull? Looking great, Mr. Worldwide." And they're not the right fit for me, they're not the right fit for me. And now I have hundreds of dollars worth of clothes that just aren't my style and are very difficult to return. And that's what it can be like, shopping for home goods and services. 14% of home buyers buy the wrong size furniture. If you use a 3D model and you know what your dimensions are, you can see and interact with that furniture in your space. Make sure that you get it right. Now here's what's really cool for real estate agents and marketing. If a real estate agent orders a 3D model for the marketing and sale and a 3D tour, then after the closing, why should it just stop there? They paid for it, they have this content. If they extend this content to the new homeowner, that content can be branded to the realtor. And every time the homeowner engages that model, they're keeping that realtor top of minds. Every time that homeowner invites friends to collaborate in that model, they're seeing that realtor's brand. And as they collaborate in that model, they need to sign in. When they sign in, now you're capturing their digital profile and adding that to your lead gen bank. Those new friends are interacting with the model, and they're invited to scan their own home. And as they scan their own home, they invite their own friends, further extending that network of lead generation beyond just the marketing sell of that single 3D tour ordered by the realtor. When they post their home and their concepts on social media, that realtor's brand stays right with the model. These models can set up the realtor to be a home advisor for the property well beyond the purchase, where they can set up a chat room. That maybe it's a chat bot first that answers scripted questions, but allows people to engage that realtor for all things home, not just buying and selling. They can ask about style, they can ask about furniture, they can ask about recommendations for home improvement contractors and GCs. Now, some realtors at first are a little bit scared of this. They think, I don't want to make myself that accessible, but if you really think about it, one of the biggest themes of this conference is how do you always stay top of mind with your homeowners and in your market. And by making yourself accessible and having these forums to actually interact with homeowners through every phase of their ownership really does keep that realtor top of mind for when they're ready to list their home or buy a new one. And realtors aren't alone in providing content to these models. Merchandisers and service providers are dying to reach consumers through these virtual models in a virtual way. What can be more compelling than seeing a furniture ad with your living room in the ad? You can actually see it in the space. And as these models become more and more common, they'll create a gravity, a critical mass that will attract these furniture providers and retailers and service providers to the models. Now, here's the challenge. Right now, there's not a lot of new models out there. It's just not commonplace to order these models. And so, what us as a real estate community need to do is make a business purpose for these models, and not just think about the immediate benefit of the use of 3D tours for their marketing itself, but think about how these models can be useful post-transaction and keep the realtor relevant. And it's not just marketing goods and services. 3D technology companies are now identifying features and measurements within homes and working with MLS boards to API all of that directly into the MLS listing, providing true proprietary content for the benefit of the MLS community, not public consumption, for the real benefit of making our MLS have proprietary content and making it work for us. So, in closing, what I really want you to take away from here is, especially to the big brokerage houses and real estate companies, is to see just the see how these continue to keep the real estate agent relevant in our industry and ensure that they're present in every aspect of home ownership. Technology companies that are fighting to get a foothold in this space and cut into that real estate commission and to diminish the value of the realtor. These models, you really are establishing yourself as a fixture. And by doing so, making a part of every listing that we do, we can establish ourselves as relevant. Thank you for your time.
Hey all, I'm Dan Smigrod, founder of the We Get Around Network Forum. Today is Wednesday, January 24th, 2018. It's 5 p.m. We've just seen InsideMaps, Gabe Knox, Vice President, take the stage at Inman Connect, New York 2018. I apologize for the audio, doing the best we can. Let me see if I can give you some of the highlights of what I heard. First, super exciting. In mid-presentation, Gabe is talking about the afterlife of a 3D tour and what InsideMaps is doing with that. I think that's particularly exciting from the standpoint of helping an agent generate leads going forward. So instead of the model completing the sale and done, InsideMaps sounds like they're putting a lot of energy into creating a mashup of InsideMaps meets social media, meets what I would call Matterport Design Studio that we've been waiting for. But InsideMaps looks like they're maybe making some progress faster than Matterport in a design studio that would enable a homeowner to continue to use the model. So the example that he gave was that 14% of all new homeowners buy the wrong size furniture. This is really an interesting concept. Imagine buying a home and then going out and buying furniture for the house and finding out it doesn't fit. And obviously, one of the things that's really crazy exciting about these models is it's not just capturing the photography, it's capturing the data. The magic is really in the data of the capture. So imagine that there may be an opportunity. I always thought about, well, do you have an opportunity to sell the model to the next homeowner? And in this particular example, where they're talking about the real estate agent shooting the space, is for the agent to say to the new homeowner, we'd like to gift you this model. Here's how you can use it to measure your spaces so that all your furniture fits. That's one example. And then second, if they want to be able to show it to family and friends, either through social media or direct, and then to be able to have engagement within the model. So it might be, I think what Gabe was talking about is I think we'll see APIs mashed up with furniture that would let you virtually stage the space to be able to show to your family and friends and have them look at it and help you help the new homeowner make decisions about, oh, yes, that sofa looks great. No, I think the color should change, etc. So it's very exciting because it sounds like this is just on the edge of being able to start, is using a 3D model to for the next phase. The next phase being after the house sells, enabling it to continue and use it as lead generation for the real estate agent, and essentially have the real estate agent's brand stay on the model. So as the new homeowner is sharing the model through Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, etc., essentially the new homeowner is doing the marketing, let's call it long tail marketing for the real estate agent. So I think that's a very exciting concept. So again, just to kind of summarize, 14% of all home buyers. This is what I'm hearing from InsideMaps. Gabe Knox, the vice president, just finishing up on Inman Connect, New York 2018 live on stage, was talking about that 14% of all furniture bought by homeowners, new homeowners, is the wrong size, and that InsideMaps has a strategy to help alleviate that pain point by also then turning it in, I'd call it a Trojan horse, perhaps, is essentially the real estate agent marketing continues through the new homeowner sharing the 3D tour with family, friends, colleagues, and even using a design studio to start tricking out the space with changing the floor colors, the wall colors, adding furniture, etc. And that's likely to mash up with an API. I suspect that one of the things that's interesting about InsideMaps is it's probably totally focused on residential real estate. So when we think about Matterport, I mean, it's great that Matterport is looking at all these other spaces, AEC, and they've opened up, sales offices in Europe and Asia, and are, moving to, to take over, Japan and in multiple languages. I would imagine that their tech resources get what would the word be? Stretched. Where InsideMaps, I suspect, is totally focused on residential real estate. So it gives them the opportunity to say, okay, let's obsess about how we make these tours that much more effective for our clients, in their case, residential real estate. You as a photographer obviously can still buy the solution, but you do have the challenges that as the technology keeps coming down in cost, InsideMaps mashes up with a rotator with a smartphone, for example, that you'll likely see, many real estate agents and brokers actually buy into the equipment necessary and the hosting platform. So the example that Gabe from InsideMaps gave from stage was a Keller Williams franchise. I'm just checking my notes here. Let's see, that a Keller Williams franchise covering 14 markets that they provide the gear to shoot the InsideMaps tours and then provide free hosting to their agents. So the agents are getting, and this is simply being a benefit of being an agent for this particular Keller Williams brokerage. Now, this has been previously announced. I think we'll go find the press release and we'll add it to the We Get Around Network forum discussion on this topic. Let me just scan my notes, see anything else. I know at the top of the presentation, Gabe made a statement about that InsideMaps is the world's largest, and I literally missed it. I couldn't hear it. Just like you, we know the audio is a bit of a challenge. We are appreciative to the We Get Around Network forum member that was streaming this for us, but it was a challenge, and I couldn't make out what that claim was. And we'll see if we can get that for you, because it certainly surprised me to hear InsideMaps make a claim that it's the world's largest something, because I just don't, because obviously Matterport keeps talking about the number of models, the number of just yesterday, Tuesday, January 23rd, at Inman Connect, Matterport CEO Bill Brown on stage talked about that Matterport is now in 4.5% of all residential real estate listings. And I didn't hear Gabe talk about that InsideMaps has a bigger number than that or how many models they had, but they did make some claim. So of world largest would be interesting to hear what that is. I know he showed a number of slides about Zillow. I wasn't quite sure I understood that. I'm sure it was quite clear to the audience, but again, since the audio is a little bit problematic, I think what I was hearing is essentially Gabe talking about if you're losing your control of your marketing, perhaps the Zillow, that a lot of things that InsideMaps is doing and going to be doing will be beneficial to the local MLS and not be something that's part of Zillow, so that the local MLS will have a benefit. I suspect that has to do with the 3D model. So we think about a 3D tour being maybe the photography, and Gabe made the distinction that the 3D model, which is the data version, that the data has a tremendous amount of value, and particularly in terms of size and measurement and understanding the space. And it sounds like that's going to be beneficial to the MLS as opposed the local MLS as opposed to Zillow. He talked about mountains of data. He talked about the equipment necessary to turn a smartphone into an InsideMaps device is under $100, if I understood that correctly. So I think that's probably my takeaways from what I heard, and we'll see if we can maybe hear some more back directly from InsideMaps on this topic. So again, thanks for tuning in to WGAN TV live from Inman Connect, New York City, 2018, courtesy of one of the members of the We Get Around Network forum that was streaming that for us. And if you missed any portion of this recording, we're going to go ahead. We have been recording it, and we'll go ahead and put it in the We Get Around Network forum under the topic InsideMaps. So just search for InsideMaps, Gabe Knox, GABEKNOX, InsideMaps in the We Get Around Network forum, and you can see this recording again. So thanks again, and always appreciate you tuning in to WGAN TV.